We're now back to Henman and Melzer. Henman up a break, 4-3.
Balls. Henman has the break. He's serving into the wind. If you can be sure that the wind is always going to be in that, but roughly into the wind. And as usual, he's changing his racket for the new restring. And it's something that a lot of the players do. I do remember Lendl was the one who started it. Ivan Lendl, the great Czech player. Left right-hander.
$15.
I just remember the great American Gardner Malloy saying that it's never a mistake to lob high in the wind. How right he was. So difficult to be sure of your overheads.
$15.30.
Second double fault, giving Melzer the hint of a chance here for another recovery.
$15.40.
Well, I think on a day like this, you're going to see a patchy sort of match, which is just what we've got here from both of them.
$13.40.
Like surrendering break of serve, having just worked so hard in order to establish one.
This time, an easier overhead.
And Henman set the points up really well with a very intelligent approach shot. He dropped the ball nice and short, which meant that Melzer not only had to move up the court, but he had to hit the ball up. Couldn't play an aggressive passing shot, and Henman was able to take full advantage of that. Wasn't a particularly easy smash. It was low. He had to move his feet well, but he adapted particularly well, especially given the fact that he was saving break points. So full marks to the Englishman.
Oh, Henman missed his opportunity there to force.
Advantage, Melzer.
Well, I think Melzer count himself very lucky there, because he did well initially to stay in the rally with the backhand volley, and Henman had put him under an awful lot of pressure. But here, instead of swinging through the ball, he just pushed it somewhat. And Melzer had anticipated the fact he was going to try and go down the line, made the distance well, and won the point.
Third break point.
Again, Melzer.
Sensible return of serve. Nice and
4 games off.
It's very underrated, the return up the middle of the court, having just served More often than not, players are 2 or 3 feet inside the baseline. Not only do they have to then backtrack, they don't have any angle really to play with. So full marks to Melzer. It's a high percentage return as well.
And we thought that the Austrian would pose problems for the number 6 seed, and so it is proving.
15.
Well, he made a wry smile there from him that he should miss it, but it was a very sensible couple of shots that Melzer hit. Didn't try and do too much with that awkward overhit, pushed it deep. Let Henman struggle against the wind. Look at that, unforced errors. 12 and 13. And a ball problem there. Just one taken out of commission. Well, he started playing tennis, did this lad, when he was 9 years of age, and admired Stefan Edberg when he was growing up. And Michael Strick and Pat Rafter, he says, too, impressed him. And you can see elements of their games in the way he plays. Well, that's Henman's territory, isn't it, around the net?
Well, elements 30 of Rafter and Edberg at their very best here from Henman. Excellent length on the return of serve, a sensible first volley, and then good movement forwards in order to try and cut the ball off, and therefore having the ability to volley into the space.
A big point that was. Such a good recovery lob. Rather wasted in the end. There's a wind there on the shirt.
Game missing.
Disgusted with the conditions, but you've got to fight them. It's no good letting them get on top of you. It's Melzer ahead. Henman, who must now hold if he's to keep this set alive. 5-4 to Melzer.
Love 15. 15. So
Henman brings an ace to rescue him. That's his first.
(30-15). 40-50.
Curious, isn't it, that he can't get the returns into court now from the end when he's against the wind. Hitting them long. His coach there will be champing at the bit here for a Conversion to the break.
Game it. 5 games off.
Well, that's a good service game as far as Henman's concerned. He'll be absolutely delighted he didn't have to work particularly hard in order to get back on level terms. Some intelligent serving, though. He's using the serve out wide on both the deuce and the ad court to try and open up the court. He's got a high percentage of first serves in there just when he needed them most. I'm sure his coach will be delighted. Good length on the serve and some nice footwork, giving himself enough room to be able to hit the inside-out forehand. Still having a few problems down that end, though, with the sun.
Very low.
Rally full of big things as far as Henman's concerned.
30-50.
Forceful ground strokes, and then the key here was not to wait for the ball to come to him, but to try and move to take the ball as early as possible so that he had the least amount of problems with his shot.
$40-50. 40-30.
I think Melzer there just attempting to play a little drop volley here on the backhand. In order to do that, you've got to open the angle of the racket face. That makes it a little bit more difficult to time the ball.
Oh yes, a bit of brace there. What a funny set it is.
Very, very difficult for either of the players to maximise the momentum that they managed to build, albeit slight.
Oh.
Advantage.
You can see the frustration, poor man. He hit a perfectly normal slice approach, he thought, and the wind swept it wide. So here's a break point. 40-15 he'd been, remember?
Net passes. Game in.
Well, the frustration is considerable for Melzer. 40-15 up.
And
Lost his serve. And once again,